My goal used to be to make people cry on the sales call. They just need to let it out because nobody listens to them.
Investing in someone that's just only a few steps ahead is so much better than investing in someone that's already like 10 steps ahead. When they went through exactly what you're going through, the market was different. Everything was different.
A big problem of mine was having an appointment setter. It's been a struggle for over a year now. You and your entire team have been super immaculate with training up my setter. We've been able to increase our revenue by 10 to 15K every single month.
Why are you not piffing these guys?
I've seen a lot of people hit these 50K plus months just to say they've hit 50K, but then they'll literally drop down to 10 or 5K.
How has kind of showing your personality helped with the entire process?
I think it just really has gotten people to resonate a lot better. My DMs are a lot more flooded with conversation.
You know that there are other dudes that can basically provide a similar, if not the same, or if not better solution than you can. And so the way that you separate yourself isn't by providing more value. That's not going to change their mind. What's going to change their mind and actually want to work with you and you only, develop that personal connection with them, then you can give them value. Yo, what's going on, guys? Very, very excited to actually film this interview and everything. We have my guy Rahul. I've been working with him for a very, very long time, and it's going to be exciting to just kind of share his success and talk about everything. So Rahul, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
What's going on, guys? My name is Rahul. I'm an online fitness coach for busy women. So I'm in a very specific niche. I work directly with any busy woman, any busy mom who wants to overcome their health and fitness journey and who really wants to work on themselves. And I've been working with Suwei for quite some time now, and he's really helped me level up a lot of systems in my business, helped me level up my business overall. So it's been an amazing experience. So I'm excited to dive into this.
Yes, sir. Let's run it, bro. I love running these interviews because we just share success and everything and just celebrate what you've been able to do. So talk to them about like where you came at and then kind of what you needed help with and then kind of how we helped and then where your business was kind of after.
Before I came in, a big problem of mine was having an appointment setter. So I was struggling with appointment setters. It's been a struggle for over a year now. And so because of that, we weren't getting inconsistent bookings. We weren't getting inconsistent lead flow. We weren't able to do consistent outreach and etc. And so one big pivotal area that when we came in was you're like, hey, listen, I'm going to find you a setter. And that wasn't an easy process either at the beginning.
Yeah, it took a while, bro.
Like we went through having an amazing first person. The first person we brought in, she was amazing, but then left and had things come up. The next person we hired and fired. Next person, we went through 5 or 6 setters of hiring and firing these setters of like being like, shit, like what's working, what's not. And then we kind of went back to square one and worked on the foundation of what an appointment setter needs and etc. And then we found the magic one. And you and your entire team have been super immaculate with training up my setter. It's been a headache-free process. It's been insanely valuable knowing how to train a setter, but also taking it off my plate. You know, that was the biggest thing. I'm at a point in my business currently where I can't be doing everything. I have a team under me as well, and I can't be doing everything. I was able to give it to you and your team, and y'all were freaking killed it.
Yeah.
You guys have been killing it. You know what I mean? Creating systems with my setters, really dialing her in every day. At the beginning phases, it was like daily meetings with her every single day. And it's like, that's something that not I can't do, but it's more so it takes up a lot of my time. Having daily meetings with my setter and being able to outsource it to you and your team has been super spot on. And then the communication that you guys have with me, the Discord channels, all the different tabs that we have with, hey, the setter communication, your team communication with me, what's going on with every conversation, what complicated conversations we have, where I need to chime in, and the only places I need to chime in, like that's efficiency. Every single week we have bookings. Every single week we have qualified leads, not just BS leads. It's all qualified leads. And we're hopping on calls and we're closing more clients, and now we get to change more lives. So it's brought in more revenue, brought in more consistency in the business. And it's allowed me to do a lot of other things in the business to help grow and scale the business rather than just focus on the appointment setter problem that we're having at hand. So that's been the biggest, like by far the biggest game changer. If anybody needs an appointment setter or anything like that, holla at your boy. That's number one. I think a big thing that working with you is you really showed me like, hey, how many systems you have in your business and how it's really efficient. And just applying those into my business has been a complete game changer, not only with efficiency, but the way we communicate now with our team, and along with something like a referral system for my clients. And I think I've always had a shitty referral system, but not something set in place. But now, working with you, showing like a whole referral system for all your clients and etc., it's allowed me to bring in so much more revenue just internally without having to reach out, without having to go out and doing outbound lead gen and etc. It's like internally through our clients, we have so many clients, just
Mhm.
asking them. It's a simple
Yeah.
thing. And having an actual like reward system for all your clients has been a big game changer. So these are just a few things, man. I can talk for hours, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
And dude, I remember our first call, bro. Like, I was super transparent with you. Like, you were like, I think you're probably the first or second guy in this new program, and you took a risk. And like I was transparent, like, yo, this is a new thing, blah blah blah, and you just you're just ready, and you just kind of got on board. So it's funny that, like, 3 4 months later we're in this interview and everything, and it's all that. But kind of talk to them about like where you were at before, and then kind of where you were at after. And obviously we solved the problems for you. What did that look like for your bookings and everything and all that stuff?
We were booking just a few calls a week and really relying on like some call to actions, but we
Yeah.
were just posting things very sporadically and no real like automation to it. You know what I mean? And when I say automation, there's no real like system to follow. But now we're on a consistent basis of at least minimum 5 qualified calls per week. So it's like we have a really high closing rate. We have an over 70% closing rate. I used to be around 15 to 18,000 in revenue every single month. We're now between 25 to 30K revenue. This is not just one time. This is like recurring revenue
Yeah.
every single month. So we've been able to increase our revenue by 10 to 15K. Been able to help almost double the business just by the systems you've placed, just by the consistency you've placed, by the automations and etc. So
Yeah.
it's been really cool. That's where we're at. That's where we are now.
Yeah, it's sick, bro. And dude, I remember like the call we had like 2 weeks ago. I was talking to you, and I was like, why are you not piffing these guys? Because you have a MRR pricing, and for those that don't know, it's where you charge on a monthly basis and everything. You don't collect like a lot of cash up front. And I told Rahul, bro, like, why are you not doing this piff thing? And you chose kind of like the route of just stacking up your MRR as
Correct.
opposed to going with piffs, right? And I guess talk to them about your kind of mindset with doing that, and why people should actually consider doing that. Because like now that's something that we're actually implementing with our other clients and stuff. We're helping them like stack MRR just for a peace of mind. And you actually gave me that idea to kind of charge like a lower fee, have lower friction, and then just kind of stack up MRR. So kind of talk to them about like why you chose to go the MRR route, and
Of
instead
course.
of the PIP route.
Sue has pushed me to do a little more piffs, but we still do a lot of MRR, a lot. And I think if I did a lot more piffs, we'd definitely be at 50K plus months
Yeah.
easily with all the like extra lead flow you've helped us get. You know what I mean? So I think we'd easily be there, but we choose to go an MRR route. And the reason I go that route is because I've been in a lot of different coaching programs. I've seen a lot of people run businesses, successful, non-successful, and etc. And I've also seen a lot of people hit these 50K plus months just to say they've hit 50K,
Yeah.
but then they'll literally drop down to 10 or 5K.
Mhm.
And I personally just don't view that as a business, being like a tangible business where, okay, cool, 1 month you hit 50K, but the next month you drop down to 5, then you drop down up to 15, then you drop down to 5. And it's
Mhm.
like all these sporadicness in a business, and I just don't think that's a sustainable business. And I think every month you're starting off in this like scarcity mindset where you're like, fuck, like I have no money coming in, and whether you used all your money or you didn't know how to spend it or whatever the fuck happened. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? It's like you're just all over the place. And so I personally love having like minimum. I know that through this recurring revenue, these people are all contracted for X amount of time. Through this recurring revenue, I know that every month I'm starting at 15K or 20K or
Yeah.
whatever my flat line is. And that's what I know. And then everything else is just new cash, new cash, new cash based off renewals, referrals and new clients coming in. So it's like, I know that, hey, we're going to still sign people every single month, but hypothetically, hey, if we didn't, well, we still made a baseline of 20K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we have coming in. And that's still new cash. It's still
Mhm.
brand new cash. You know what I mean? But it's just more expected cash. You know,
Yeah.
it's reoccurring revenue.
Yeah.
And so I think that just puts us at a better place every single month rather than like, I don't know. I've tried the piff, everybody's on piffs and having no baseline. And I think it just put me at really high stress every single month. Like, oh, I don't have new cash and this and that. And it also comes from a background. Like, I grew up with nothing. You know what I mean? I grew up with a family who came from nothing. My family immigrated from India here to Canada. My dad came with $20 in his pocket. And so growing up, we didn't really have the most. You know what I mean? And so we didn't really have the most. And so it comes from like, hey, growing up, you didn't have, and everything is save, save, save.
Mhm.
Now, I don't save because I view it a little differently. I think investing and into yourself, into mentorships, into XYZ is super important. But I also think having a baseline for yourself is also super important. So you don't go into this, like what I call a scarcity mindset or anything, and thinking more abundantly. And for me to be able to like think more abundantly and etc., I like having a flat baseline for myself. So
Yeah.
my flat baseline every single month, I know what it is, and I don't like it dipping under. So we'll get new MRR to hit that flat baseline, and everything after that is new cash, whether it's PIFs or more MRR and etc.
Bro, that's what I learned from you, bro. Like that's what I learned from you because the thing about the piff, like only having piffs, is that your rev numbers and your stripe numbers are so volatile, bro. It's like a spike, and every day, every month, you don't even know what you're gonna hit.
Yeah.
You're just shooting like you're throwing darts in the dark, and it's like you kind of talking about the fact that you went with the MRR model. Now the way that I kind of present my offer and the way that I kind of coach other clients on how to present their offer is you do both, right? You do either a prepaid pay in full, or you do a weekly or monthly pricing depending on what you prefer, right?
Yeah.
And so in that way, it's like you kind of stack up the MRR so that you have maybe 5 to 10K coming in every single month. You're not worried about starting from zero, and you're not on that client hamster wheel where you're trying to just find new clients every month. Because bro, me and you both know that shit is stressful, bro. Like you're
Right.
stressed trying to find clients and everything. You gotta pay the bills, you gotta pay your team, and if you don't stack MRR, then it's like it's just hard. You can't think long term.
That's exactly it, man. And I hate having a clouded mind. I've been there and like worried about money, worried about paying bills and etc. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to put myself back in that situation. So now it's like, hey, we have this steady baseline and we don't go underneath it, and that's just what it is. So every month we know that we're making X amount. And I think it just helps all around in the business. And I
Yeah.
think every business, per se, I think every business should have a baseline of MRR. Every single business, whatever their baseline is, right? Everybody's business is different, but they should have a baseline. And then after that, everything after that can be PIFs or whatever they want for new cash, however they want to collect their new cash.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though you are collecting MRR, you're still charging a decent amount for your coaching.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, especially in the fitness space, a lot of coaches, um, they're stuck charging like basically $500 or maybe $200. They're stuck. They're not even selling a 4-figure program with their entire offer and everything. You've been able to charge. Well, what do you charge now? You charge like 3K, 4K. What's your
Yeah,
highest?
yeah, exactly. 3K, 4K PIFs, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. And I mean, depending, right? And those PIFs can go up to like 6, 7K,
yeah,
just depending if they're signing up for the year and
yeah,
etc. And term length, right? But overall, you got to charge what you're worth. You know what I mean? And you can't be undercharging. All fitness coaches, everybody, you guys are changing lives,
yeah.
and so that's you're helping people better themselves, their health, and etc. And without that, they really got nothing. So they
Yeah.
got to know their worth.
Exactly. Well, what did you do personally? Because I'm sure you were stuck when you first started out. You were stuck charging those small fees and
Of
everything.
course, when I
What?
when I first started, we were charging 200, 250 a month, and then like $1,000 PIFs, and that was like a big thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, so much money at that time when I knew nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like that was years ago, and
Yeah.
it's like I think a big like the big mindset shift was definitely, hey. you are sure that's a starting point. And if you want clients at the beginning just to work with, just for more case studies, testimonials, and etc., work with them for free or charge super less. Sure. If you just want that first, like if you have zero experience, you know what I mean? And you just need case studies and testimonials. But you're changing people's lives. You're literally working with people and you're giving them, I've had clients tell me, Rahul, you gave me a brand new life. You gave me a brand new life. And that's like at age 50. Being at age 50, you're giving someone a brand new life. These are the words you'll hear when you transform somebody's body, you transform their life, their lifestyle, and etc. A brand new life doesn't cost 5K. A brand new life doesn't even cost 10K. There's no dollar amount you can put on a brand new life. You know what I mean? There's no dollar amount that they would put on a brand new life. But you have to believe that that brand new life is worth thousands and millions of dollars, because it really is. It really is. So you're really just charging a fraction of that. You're really just charging a fraction. So when you think about increasing your prices to $400, $500, $600, let's say a month, you know what I mean? Or you're charging 5, 7, 8K piffs. Well, just know the value you're bringing to every single one of these people. Know that you're genuinely there to change their life. Know that you're genuinely there and you're going to actually make real impact in their life. And you're going to give them a brand new life. Yeah. And if you believe that and you can get them to believe that and you can deliver that, then at the end of the day, they won't care to spend 5, 10K. You know what I mean? They're not going to care because they're going to get a brand new life and there's no price point on that.
Oh, yeah, bro. And that's what a lot of guys struggle with, bro. They struggle with, like, how can I charge as much when personal trainers charge so little? And it's like, bro, you're not the same as a personal trainer. You're selling a completely different lifestyle. You're not selling fitness coaching. You're selling a lifestyle. You're selling who they are when they become fit and, you know, the confidence and everything. Like, people would pay thousands of dollars to feel confident, to feel good when they look in the mirror. Yeah. But these coaches just don't realize that. And so you kind of charging like 6, 7K is just straight up proof that people will pay a lot for fitness coaching if you just sell the right idea. You don't sell the fitness coaching, you sell the lifestyle. You're a businessman, Rahul. We had some we had some talks of you potentially starting a new offer to help out fitness coaches. Yeah. Kind of what do you sell on your sales calls? You know, like obviously you've closed some big deals. When you choose to like piff, when you actually choose to piff, you close those guys, bro. You can close those guys, right? How do you position your offer and how do you like kind of pitch it?
I think the biggest thing when positioning an offer is when you're selling fitness coaching, you have to sit there and you have to be you have to be a good listener. Mm-hmm. You can't, I've heard a lot of sales calls. I've watched a lot of one-on-ones of people like mock sales calls in the fitness coaching world and et cetera. And I've helped a lot of people as well. And a lot of people interrupt a lot. And this is basic, very basic sales. A lot of people interrupt a lot. You really want to say your piece, say your word. And I think listening is a big factor. Resonating with them is huge. Whether you're working with men, women, etc., but resonating to their pain points. And if they can really realize that, hey, as a coach, you've been there and done that, but you've overcome it as well, and that, you know what, you can really sit there and resonate with them, that's going to be a big, big, big pivotal point. My goal used to be to make people cry on a sales call. Get them so emotional that they would cry on a sales call. And we've been very successful at that because with emotion, it's very easy to trigger pain. And with pain and emotion, you know, it's a lot easier. But at the end of the day, on a sales call, you do want to invict a little bit of pain and emotion so that they can really realize that, hey, I do need change. Because they have been struggling with this for so long. So that used to be our goal, to make them cry. We stopped doing that. But I was on a call a few weeks ago and I did make the woman cry unintentionally. And it went really well, you know what I mean? But hey, like they just need to let it out because nobody listens to them. Nobody can resonate with them. And they need someone on the outside of their family, friends, sibling, etc. They need someone on the outside who's solely their coach, who's solely going to give them positivity and who's solely going to support them like nobody else is. So if you can provide that and really resonate with them and give them that value that, hey, you are there for them, not only as a friend, but mainly as a coach and a mentor, and you're solely going to provide them support and positivity, they will easily be able to buy your program, buy your coaching program, purchase your offer. But we on calls, like we almost like at the end of every call, it's like after we pitch the offer, it's we don't really give them a choice. So it's like one thing I always say is like, so when we're pitching pricing, whether it's like if we're pitching monthly, you know, for 6 months, okay, it's going to be $499, or you can pay biweekly at $269, or you can pay weekly at let's say, I don't know, $149.
Yeah.
What offers? So I always say, what offer suits you best, and what what option suits you best, and what option are you ready to move forward with? So it's like I'm not giving them a choice of like, hey, does this work? It's what option suits you best? Do you want to pay monthly, biweekly, or weekly, let's say? And what option are you ready to move forward with? Then you
Yeah.
sit in complete silence. You don't talk. And I've sat on silence for literally 2 to 3 minutes one time, and I didn't say a word. I just let them, and they're thinking, they're pondering, they're breathing. You hear them, and they make a decision.
Yeah.
But if you sit in fucking silence and let them just like, you know, they'll buy. They'll buy. But just stop talking. A lot of people just fucking want to keep talking, keep trying to sell and this and that. Just stop talking once you say that. But when you don't give them a choice, I think that's something that in my sales calls, I always used to like, oh, what option works for you? You know what I mean? It's no, what option suits you best, and what are you ready to move forward with? It's like gives them inevitability to like, hey, sign up. I can give so many different tips, so many different tricks on sales calls, but that's not the purpose of this call.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's why we're working on that new offer, bro. It's gonna be fun. But
It's in the background. We've been doing a lot of work in it on the background. You'll see. I'll show you after this.
we're cooking, bro. We're cooking. Dude, you mentioned a lot about connecting, and I wanted to talk about that because content-wise, I remember when we were on that first call together, you mentioned that you weren't really generating inbounds. The goal with my entire program and, you know, this entire thing and the one-on-one support and everything was to give you a new perspective and to kind of open your eyes up onto how to actually change up your content, how to actually, you know, implement certain systems, implement certain things and everything. And one thing that I wanted you, and I heavily emphasized in the program, was not just providing value, but showing your personality, showing like, you know, what it's actually like to work with you, what you're like as a person and everything like that. Kind of how has that opened up your perspective? Because I know that you posted content, just straight value. And yeah, it works. It's cool, right? But how has kind of showing your personality helped with the entire process? Do you feel like people open up more smoothly, or is it the same? Or kind of how does that look like?
So right now we still do a lot of value based off posts, but I think the big area that you really pressed on was like, hey, show you as a person on stories and showcase who you really are on there. You know what I mean? And I really think it's helped significantly because even on my stories, it was always like an ask if I'm asking or if I'm giving, or let's scratch the ask because I stopped asking over 8 months ago. It was more so give, like, hey, give a free ebook. Whether it's on a reel or even just on my story, it's give them a freebie, give them some sort of value, give them XYZ. But I think really switching that dynamic and being a little bit more open, vulnerable, showing them a little bit about myself, a little bit about my lifestyle, a little bit about my family, a little bit about who I really am, and like just maybe sometimes just like small little hacks I have on my day to day, or a little bit about my routine and etc. Just opening up and showcasing who I am. Who's Rahul? You know what I mean? Not who's this fitness coach, who's Rahul as a person. I think it just really has gotten people to resonate a lot better and resonate a lot more. It's also allowed people to, my DMs are a lot more flooded with conversation. Yeah. And that is just people that are going to be nurtured for overtime. And I'm in this game for the long game. So it's not about pitching them, selling them now, but it's about having these small conversations. And I know that these people in 6 months from now, they're going to be buyers. You know what I mean? But right now they just hit me up in the DMs and I just talk and I just give them a little bit of value, or they just resonate with me. Like, how do you wake up at 5 a.m. every morning? You know, do you have any tips or tricks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have a sunrise alarm clock. Yeah, I use this, I use that. Like this is okay. And then after they'll be like, oh, like what'd you do? What workout was that you posted on your story? I liked it. You know what I mean? Just small things. Oh, how do you hit 10K steps every day? Like, do you have any advice for that? You know, and just these small conversations. I'm not there trying to give them an ebook. I'm not there trying to sell them on anything. I'm just there having normal human conversations. And not enough people do that because everybody's just trying to sell in the DMs all the time, whether you're a fitness coach, a business coach, and etc. Your DMs are definitely blown up with all these people trying to pitch you. My DMs are blown up with a bunch trying to nobody has authentic conversation nowadays. You know what I mean? And so it's like playing things for the long game. Yeah. And I think just being able to showcase myself has been able to allow me to have these conversations and knowing that they're for a little longer of a game. But it's bringing in like long-term business, and you get what I'm
Bro, and I emphasize it so much. And I remember I told you, like, why are you not posting every day and everything? And you got on that. And the reason why is because a lot of guys don't understand this. There are hundreds of competitors. There's so many damn coaches that can do what you do. They can provide the same solution you can. No matter how big your ego is, you know that there are other dudes that can basically provide a similar, if not the same, or if not better solution than you can. And so the way that you separate yourself isn't by providing more value. Isn't by just, giving them so much things to do all these workout plans and everything. That's not going to change their mind. What's going to change their mind and actually want to work with you and you only is you showing your lifestyle. You're showing your mindset. You're showing the way that you kind of do things. And if they fall in love with the way that you do things and they resonate, they relate to you, and you kind of change, you kind of develop that personal connection with them, then you can give them value. Then you can change how to think and how they can look at fitness and how they can lose weight and change the way that their limiting beliefs and everything. You know what I mean?
100%. We always say that they have to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
And the only way that they can know and like you is through you showcasing that. And even trust you is through showcasing that. You know what I mean? You can give a bunch of value, and you'll still get the leads coming in and etc. But as soon as you start showing that other side, I think it just opens up a whole new door.
Exactly. You get that connection going.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, you were the first one to join. You've seen it from day one, bro. You've seen like the entire thing from day one and kind of consulting mastery and what I've built. And obviously now it's like basically the third or fourth month that we've been building this. What is the difference? Like kind of what has the changes been for you? Like,
a lot has changed. I remember when I onboarded. Whoever is skeptical about this. I remember when I onboarded. I got so many freaking emails and I was like, get on this platform, get on this platform, get on this platform, get on this platform. Sign up for Slack, sign up for Go High Level, sign up for Discord. I didn't have all of, like, not that all of these things. I had a Discord, I had the, it's like, oh, create this. Okay, you have to go on Notion for this and you have to check Discord for this and you have to. And it was just like, yeah, I'm not being on 5 different platforms for one freaking course. You know what I mean? If we really count it the way, you had Go High Level, you had Notion, you had Slack, you had Discord, you had your website.
Bro, I remember you sent me a voice. I was like, bro, I'm confused. I have so many different platforms.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I was like, listen, I'm not old, but I'm also not 20 years old, bro. Like, I was like, I don't even know how to, like, this is there. And I was just like, yo, bro, this is messy, man. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is just, it seemed really like, not messy, but like, if you knew how to utilize it, it'd be very simple. So I saw that. But I was like, hey, man, like, I can't have all these different apps of communication and touch points. I was like, it's just, I like my stuff as much as it can be in one place. You know what I mean? Yes, we have lots of different organizers and this and that. But we try and keep everything in one place as much as possible to keep everybody's life easy. And I think like I communicated that with you and right away you made the change. And one thing I can say is you're quick with making any feedback, whether I give you or someone else gives you. I don't know what other people give you, but I always know what I give you. Is it's always taken to an account and it's changed almost immediately. You know what I mean? And that's what I love. So it's like I knew when I signed up months ago and where I was at, I knew what I signed up for. You know what I mean? I knew
Yeah.
that it was new. I knew you were transparent with me. And I was like, okay, like that's fine. I think there's pros and cons to it, but I
Mhm.
think I really reaped the rewards of pros.
Yeah.
And to see where it is now is just like completely different. Knowing that, hey, like I love the fact that you have other coaches in there,
Mhm.
specifically like you. And I've been in different coaching programs, and I like the differentiation.
Yeah.
Not to say that, hey, like at the end of the day, I love the fact that you teach everything and etc. And the biggest thing, let me just say the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that, yo, we can actually fucking contact you and you
Yeah.
respond back ASAP. Like, sorry, that's like number one. That's number one. Is we're able to contact you and talk to you, and you'll make time for one on ones. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's every week, like you do it. You know what I mean? If I'm on your case for something, you're like, yo, let's just hop on a one on one. Let's fix it now. And
Yeah.
it's like sick because I work with speed. My team works with speed. Everybody on my team needs to work with speed. So it's like, I can't wait 3 days to wait for this. And it's like,
Yeah.
yo, you're fucking fast. It's great. It's great. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Mhm.
we have point of contact with you, which in a lot of mentorship programs, the face of the big company, you never even have contact with them. They have these separate one on one coaches and blah, blah, blah. And that's cool and all, but you never get to work with like the head honcho. And so that's you in this case. And we always get point of contact with you. You have your weekly group call, but we also get touch points with you whenever we need. We have access. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then after having the differentiation with the different coaches that specialize with content, with ads, with this, that, I like that because it's like,
Mhm.
this guy gives a different perspective and he specializes only with ads and that's what the fuck he knows and he's good at. So
Exactly.
bringing in someone like that, I think is fucking sick. So
Yeah.
I like that. And now everything is basically not in 10 different places, but in like one place, and I think watching you, even a part of like you growing the business,
Yeah.
and making it bigger and bigger, sharing everything you learn along the way, I think is always really cool because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, what no matter what mentor you hire, they're trying to get better and better, and them sharing their process along getting better and better and not just hiding it and saying like, oh, it's only to them. I think that process is really cool because any cool video you watch, anything new you see, anything you learn and etc., it's
Yeah.
you give it as value right away. You create something on it. We don't have to wait for a fucking call like your
Yeah.
Wednesday call that, oh, Sue's gonna, nah, you're like, hey, yo, guys, I made this whole chart on everything. This is what I learned. This was the video, but I summed it up for you guys. Here you go. It's like
Mhm.
sick. Yo, he just watched a 45-minute video. If I want to sit and watch that 45-minute video, I can, or I can just take all his notes on it, read it. I understood it all. Dope. I get it. Let's implement
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's not always about, I think here's one tidbit of value for anybody watching this. It's not always about hiring somebody who's 10 steps ahead of you. Y'all can hire, if you're making, 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month. It's not about hiring a guy that's making 10, 20 million, because the guy who's at 10, 20 million is not going to resonate with the same battles and hurdles you're going through right now. Not that he or she hasn't been there before. They're just way past it.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just need to hire a person who's 1 to 2 steps ahead of you because they know exactly where you're at because they were just there and they're able to solve a lot of the problems because they were just there. They're able to solve a lot of the problems for you because they just also overcame it.
God, I was just about to say that, bro. I was just about to say that. You've been in so many damn programs, so many
Yeah.
programs, and you're someone that I can rely on to just get feedback to actually improve mine because you have comparisons with like, oh, this other guys and then this other person's and everything. And you're, saying like, oh, this guy does this really well. And then boom, I implement it, straight away into the program. And so that's what I love. And sometimes you just roast the shit out of me, like the the five platforms shit. And I need that.
Sorry.
I need that. I need that so that I can like just make the program better. And like you mentioned just investing in someone 1 to 2 steps ahead of you. It took me so long to realize that like, bro, investing in someone that's just only a few steps ahead is so much better than investing in someone that's already like 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Because when they went through exactly what you're going through, it was probably years ago. The market was different. Everything was different. And it's like, why would you invest in him to not just get his support, but like only be able to talk to like a client success manager that you don't even know about, that you don't even know is qualified. And it's just completely like you invested in him for him, but then you ended up working with a CSM. And so a lot of the times, like you invest in these big dudes, but then you don't even get contact with them. And that's the crazy part, right?
That's exactly it. Because even when I signed up for a coaching program before in the past, it's like I thought I was going in and getting access to the head honcho, but I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't up until I invested $5,000 the first time. And then after that, I wanted to get into the mastermind. And then up until I got into the mastermind, and that was another 25K investment, that's when I got access to the head honcho. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, okay, now I've invested, let's say 30K from 5K plus the 25K. It's like, now I get access. And I get some people value their time, X, Y, Z, but it's not necessarily about that. It's just you came in thinking one thing and then you got something else. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so right now we all get access to you and et cetera. And I think that's super dope because anything we need is essentially solved right away.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something I wanted to, and a lot of dudes been asking me, like, why do you, if for those that don't know, I'm currently doing 30 to 50 with the new coaching business for consulting mastery. And the reason why we're kind of keeping it at this point, I know if I turned on ads or if I, blasted a bunch of, just put a ton of money into just lead gen and everything, I'd be able to scale past 6 figures. I know I would be able to. But the problem with that is that you don't get the personalized aspect. And especially in the first few phases of just building out your offer, it's so important to just build that goodwill and do so much one-on-one so you understand how to improve the offer. So you understand how to improve the product itself, how to market better, what pain points are you guys facing and everything. And so, like, Rahul, we've hopped on how many one-on-ones at this point?
No, over 10, probably.
Yeah, maybe even 15, 20, bro.
Yeah.
15, 20. And you've hopped on tons with Alex, who's, dialed in the setter and everything. And so, like, the thing about this is just one-on-one. If I look at, the guys that succeed the most are just the guys that get the most one-on-one. And it's just personalized feedback, personalized advice that just helps you scale. And you need it to just be able to scale. I believe in group coaching to an extent, but I believe in pure one-on-one. And, I just find the best clients that work the hardest in the program, just give them as many one-on-ones as I possibly can. I try to give at least like 5-10 one-on-ones every week. And that's just kind of my philosophy on building a coaching business. Because people invest in you at the end of the day. Not your client success measure that they don't even know about. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it, right? And we do want access to you, and you giving it to every single one of your quote unquote students, is the best, is one of like the best parts of the program. Is like I said, we get access to you, and since we get access to you, it's like you should be using it. I use it to my full advantage because anything I need changed, any answers I need, it's like, yo, quick. And you respond back fast enough. You know what I mean? Less than 12 hours, usually within an hour or two, when we're on the same time zones and et cetera. You know what I mean? Right now we're working on 12 hour difference, and the guy's still replying at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. his time. You know what I mean? It's 2 p.m. for me. It's 2 a.m. for him, and he's still replying. So it's fucking sick. There's no hesitation, no doubt. He does it.
So I'll be back in London, so my reply times will be even faster, bro.
There we go. Like that.
So what would you say to someone that's actually stuck in kind of that 3 to 10K per month mark as a fitness coach specifically? What would you say to them to kind of break out of that specific bottleneck and then just scale past to where you're at, which is around like 25, 30K every single month? There's
a lot of things that at 3 to 5K, you just need to do on your own. At 3 to 5K, it's not about outsourcing. It's not about trying to give tasks to other people and et cetera, et cetera. You don't have enough monthly revenue coming in. You don't have enough of a foundation built in my personal opinion. And I do think that you need guidance. You do need leadership. And you need to be able to do all the grunt work. And when I say all the grunt work, you need to be able to be willing to get into the trenches of
Yeah.
being fucking, doing 10, 12-hour days every day, not trying to like, oh, how can I like cut this corner, cut that corner? No, no, no. It's doing 50 to 100 outbounds a day, starting new conversations. It's posting 5 to 7 days per week, every single week, and not missing because you're sick, not missing because you're lazy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's about being on your stories, showing up every single day. And if you don't have enough case studies or testimonials, working for free, doing something to build a foundation to work for free, whether it's running a free challenge, whether it's taking on 3 clients that need a complete transformation that's within your network, and etc. And telling them that you'll transform their body in the next 90 days and working for them for free to build up your real foundation. You know what I mean? And then the last thing is you're at 3 to 5K. If you're making that every single month, go fucking bet on yourself. I had a full business. I used to be an in-person trainer, and my business got shut down at the snap of my fingers because COVID hit. Lockdown hit. I lost all my clients. I had 5K in my savings. I invested in a mentor, my very first mentor. And that was like the best decision I ever made. Y'all are fucking hesitant. If you are hesitant at 3 to 5K, at least you have a foundation. At least you're making money. Go take out a loan if you need to. Because at one point, even after I was making 10, 15K, I took out a loan to invest into a mastermind and this and that. I had spent 50K in 1 month. And that's a story for a different time. But I had taken out a loan for that.
Yeah.
And that was at a different place. When my business shut down, COVID hit, I invested in my first mentor. I spent all my savings and didn't have anything for the next month. I spent all my savings, didn't have money for the next month, but just fucking did it. Went all in on myself. The next time I spent 50K in 1 month, I took out a loan. I went all in on myself again. You have leeway to make a risk. Just make it. Jump. If that's investing in this program or whatever coaching program it is, I'd suggest this one. Because you get the most value. You're gonna get one-on-one time with the coaches. There's different coaches for all your different problems, needs, etc. And depending where you're at now and scaling up, it's like you have this coaching program can bring you from 0 to 100, and $0 to $100,000 a month. So it's like there's different thresholds. So it's just fucking do it. Stop being scared and just take the leap, because it's the best decision you'll ever make. And I always say the worst thing that can happen is you learn something. And that doesn't sound so bad to me.
Exactly. I love it, bro. That's killer. That's killer shit. So what's next for you? Obviously, you have the setter. You have a few systems. You're starting to post on YouTube now. You got that VSL.
Yeah, we got the VSL. We got some client interviews. I actually just scripted a fire macro video on everything you need to know about macros, and I scripted the whole thing, and I'm excited to shoot that YouTube video. That's one I'm genuinely excited for.
Yeah.
So getting on YouTube, getting my feet wet with YouTube. What's next? Expanding the team a little more. We have about 8 people under me. So I do want to hire a little more staff just for very specific things in the business, just part-time people. And also scaling a big goal for the end of this year is having 100 plus active clients. We're close. And hitting 50K plus months continuously. So not fucking this one-time shit. I want 50K plus months consistently. And then that's a very short-term goal. So I'm giving you the rest of Q3, Q4 goals. That's very, very short-term. And then from there, bro, it's endless, man. It's endless.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's very short-term goals.
Yeah, I don't think you guys understand. The journey with me and Rahul, it wasn't like, success after success. Bro, we went through so many setters. We hired and fired so many setters until we got the right one. And then when we got the right one, she's sticking by for like years now, right? She's going to stick to you for years because we trained her up. We gave her the SOPs, and she is just consistently booking and then from 3 to 7 calls a week. And now that we have that setter, and even now we're facing a problem with paid ads. You haven't even started paid ads,
Oh yeah, we haven't even started.
right?
We got a little bit of a solution today. I
Oh,
got
really?
yeah, it's
Run
we're
through
close.
that.
We're coming close. We're coming close, man. Yeah. So just like quick heads up, like I've been trying to run paid ads for almost 2 months now, and
Yeah,
I faced every freaking hurdle possible that you can imagine,
yeah,
and been blocked, been this, been that, unblocked, blocked, unblocked, and so, anyways, got in connection with somebody, and so I might have to pay for it,
yeah,
but I might be able to get everything unblocked, and if that works, then we'll be able to run ads.
yeah.
But I will keep you posted on that. So it's in
Dope.
the works. It's in the works. But it's been a 2 month journey of zero paid ads. This is purely organic. Everything
Exactly.
I've done so far is purely organic. There's not a single dime spent on any sort of advertisement or anything.
And that's the thing. I don't want you guys to get the misconception that like these client interviews, oh, everything is successful. They like, there's no problems throughout the entire process. Me and Rahul have been wanting to run ads for so freaking long. When you filmed the ad creative like a month ago or 2 months ago, right?
Yeah, literally a
And
month and a half
yeah,
ago.
and stuff like this happens where your ad account just gets banned for no reason. That things out of your control, or maybe a setter just isn't the right fit. You need to fire and hire another one. It's like we've been through so many different things. It's just never going to be a smooth ride. I want you to understand that the client interviews are just highlighting the success. But if you look deep in, like, past the success, it took a while to get here. Like, we've been working for like months at this point. We faced a lot of bullshit people,
Yeah.
bullshit setters, bullshit things that happen to ad accounts, and like we're still here. And it's only a matter of time until we get that ad thing fixed, and we just scale up with paid ads, which I'm very very excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I think when running paid ads, I think it's good for any business to build a foundation first before you start running paid ads. You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion, though. There's some businesses that start at zero and they do purely paid. I like running a little bit of organic, building a foundation for your business, then running paid. And I
Mhm.
think that's why I'm super excited for ads, is because we have such a strong I would say we have such a strong foundation of the
Middle.
business. It just,
Yeah,
in my opinion, it just makes paid ads easier. That's all.
exactly.
Not to say that, hey, if you're at zero, running paid ads will be, no. It just makes it easier when you have a set foundation. And so I'm super
Exactly.
excited to run the paid ads once we get fully unblocked.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That thing is taking a while, bro. But
Yeah.
I'm glad we're finally getting somewhere with it.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes watch these videos. They're kind of on the fence. They're like, they're getting value in everything. What would you say to someone that's actually on the fence about joining? And yeah, what advice would you give them?
My biggest piece of advice for you is if you've been hesitating to bet on yourself, it's time to go all in, because the one thing we can't buy back in life is time.
Hmm.
And time always ticks, and that's one thing that you can't buy back. You can buy back a car, you could buy back a house, you could buy this and that, but you can't buy back time. So every minute that you're wasting on hesitating and etc., is, I always say, the worst decision you can make is making no decision. And right now, you hesitating there, watching this video, watching this interview, the shit's not skidded, it's not anything, it's just real and raw. And you sitting there hesitating whether you want to pull the trigger or not and not making a decision is by far the worst decision you can make. I've talked so much about my personal wins. You could go look at his track record and see that, hey, he has been able to help out so many people. He has been able to scale so many people's businesses. He comes from experience and etc. And this is from a business owner who's, I'm not fresh in the game. I've been in the game. I've been running my business for a few years now. We've been able to reach a certain point. Now we've been able to scale it even more. We've been able to dial in systems, dial in my team, increase our revenue, recurring revenue, building
Yeah,
a real foundation in the business,
yeah,
dialing in every single, I don't know if I said systems, but dialing in every single system in place. And it's because of Sue and his team. You know what I mean? And so stop hesitating. Just, if you're going to make a decision and you're already on the fence, the worst thing that can happen is you'll learn something. That's it. That's the worst thing. but that doesn't sound so bad. So
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, you're not only gonna learn so much, you're gonna scale your business, you're gonna grow as a person, as an individual, but your business is also gonna double at the very minimum.
My guy, my guy, man, we gotta meet up, bro. When I host this mastermind, I give you a big hug. You did well for me in this video, bro. I appreciate
All day, all day, all day, bro.
Yeah, man. Where can they find you, bro? Where can they find you, and kind of who should reach out to you if they need help with anything?
Yeah,
And
if y'all got any questions, whether it's about this program, whether it's about business, or if you're a fitness coach or any type of coach, but
yeah,
shoot me a DM. You could find me at Rahul's Fitness, Rahuls Fitness, all one word, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you want to freaking go. And yeah, you can shoot me a message there. I'm sure I'll see you, and we could chat it up. We could link up, whatever it is.
yes, sir. I appreciate your time, brother.
All
It's
day.
been, hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. You know, you got insights on how Rahul actually maintains a consistent 25 to 30K a month with his fitness business. It isn't easy in this saturated niche. He's been able to do it time and time again. So hopefully, you guys actually got value, and check him out at Rahul's Fitness, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, sir. All right, and take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.